I kept the other sessions relatively soft because I knew this one is coming. Today we have the panel. So I think we should just make one promise to each other that no matter what we say and how heated things get, if they do, we are still friends. Mike? What? You couldn't hear me? You could hear? Okay. You can take your mic. Everybody can take their mic. I just said, like, no matter what we say to each other here, we are all going to remain friends. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
John sir, I'll start with you.
You want us to fight amongst ourselves?
No, in case.
You want to enhance the TRP of ABP?
No, I'm not working for ABP, and actually, you can see all the sessions.
Avinash wants us to fight, actually. Yeah.
No, they don't. You would not believe this, and I've done many conferences for ABP, and I'm not saying it because they asked me to. They've never asked me to, like, in fact, I reassure you that there's no attempt to do a gotcha moment or like make people uncomfortable. We really want to learn. I think we have a lot to learn from the South, and we in the North sometimes do not listen to that. And me being married to a South Indian, I've found that I've learned a lot.
Is it?
Yes. Okay. And I can still do
better. Where is she from?
She's from, she's Tamilian. Okay. So, yeah. So
you're the son-in-law of Tamil Nadu.
Yeah. It's from here, 2 states. So I'm very excited to be here. But sir, I'll start with you. You have a media background. Today, journalism is in a very interesting situation. Revenues are down, as you know. The public doesn't trust journalists. A lot of people blame the media for everything, social media. It's rarely you'll find positive things about journalists written. The government also doesn't like some of them.
Most of them.
Is it like, what's going on? Is it a good, like, what is it like to be in journalism, and what's really your view on what's going on?
Thank you, Chadan, for asking a very relevant question and timely question. It's in the context of the clampdown on NewsClick. I think this is much more relevant. There's a tagline for, I think it is for Washington Post. The tagline is that democracy dies in darkness. It simply means that you can have a democracy only if you have a free and independent media. You have other countries which do have executive, legislature, judiciary. Even the Arab nations do have. But just because those countries do not have a free and independent media, we don't call them as functioning democracies. We claim to be a democracy, functioning democracy, because we had a reasonably free, independent media. But I'm sorry to say that I won't claim that India does have a free media now. Firstly, now of late journalism has got into the lexicon of terrorism. Journalism is equal to terrorism. If you're a journalist, you're a terrorist. Simple as that. That is what has been proven in NewsClick case. Now, you asked a very relevant question. Now there are 2 threats on journalism. First is that I think every chief editor of every media houses sit in PMO. Avinash, am I correct? Yeah, absolutely correct. He said so. It's the PMO which is the chief editor for every media now. They decides what to be discussed every evening. And even the so-called Hindu, Muslim, all these polarization issues. Second, there is a threat on the corporate houses which run the media. So 2 ways there are threats. So the independence of the media has been, journalists have been breached. Now, as regards the NewsClick incident, I would say I have never seen such bogus charges being heaped on media houses. Why don't you report on farm laws? Why don't you cover Delhi riots? Why don't you support the farmers' agitation? Can you ever think about such a situation in a democracy? And 46 hapless journalists have been raided. And the so-called China connection, Chetan, you know, I mean, you have been observing the international politics also. You write a lot about it. See, the trade between India and China has gone up like anything. The trade deficit When this government came, which was 48 billion US dollars. Now it is more than $100 billion. Many of the Chinese companies contributed to the PM care. Doesn't mean that the Delhi police has to, raid the PMO. So what is the so-called talk about Chinese connection? And RBI must have cleared the money from US. And there are n number of ways in which you can look at whether the money has been brought in a clandestine way, or whether the money is good money or not. So I would say that there is a death blow to the independent free media in this country. And I don't think even the journalist would say that there is a free media in this country. So this is the hapless situation which is in this country.
Okay. Narayanan sir, I want to ask, you can react to this if you want, but...
You should react.
Okay, so John wants you to react now. But in general, how is it going for the BJP in Tamil Nadu? I mean, it's slow progress, but at the same time, a lot of people say, well, it's not like as the BJP does everywhere else. It's not got, it's still not got the seats and everything. But I also see that the vote shares have been climbing, progress is being made. It's being discussed, the party. So I wanted to know that, but you may want to start by responding to John.
I have seen John speaking in Parliament so many times. So, I have my friends, my party colleagues, replying for him. So I take this opportunity for, instead of my colleagues, I take this opportunity here. But, journalism means, it is not that you have to speak against the state only. So nowadays, what the opposition thinks, like my friend John Brattas, that journalism is only to oppose. Journalists are only to oppose the government, the state. It is not so. When it comes to Kerala, they will say that that is not journalism, because in Kerala, I can quote humpty number of incidences, humpty number of journalists who have been attacked by the communist parties. So governments, even today, I am saying, but it doesn't mean that NewsClick say, how do you say? He's telling that, okay, you go and see how the money had come and all those things without searching, without investigating how it can happen. So NewsClick, we are all seeing what's happening. See, to run a magazine like NewsClick, why do you take money, so much of crores and crores of money from China? What is the need for that? So obviously the agencies will go in for that. And if you are perfect, fine, you are going to let off, simple. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, BJP, we are definitely growing. And see, many people say that BJP cannot have a foothold in Tamil Nadu. Who are saying that? Except DMK and ADMK in the last 50, 60 years, nobody has grown, nobody had got a foothold in Tamil Nadu. Only these two parties are there. But in the last 60 years, it is the BJP which is definitely growing in Tamil Nadu, other than Congress, Communist, whoever it is. Because Communists were supposed to be the second largest party before 67. Now, they, for want of 2 or 3 seats, they are getting 5 crores per seat from DMK. That is what the stage of Communists, and that is what the state of Congress here. But BJP is growing. Organizationally, we have grown in the last, say, 4 years or 5 years. We have done very well. The both committees are very strong now. We have done it very well. We are going to do it very well. And the last, say, 60 years, as I said, DMK, ADMK were very strong. It was Mr. Pro-Karunanidhi or anti-Karunanidhi last 50 years. That's what the, the Tamil Nadu scene. But today, since Mr. Karunanidhi is not there, Ms. Jayalalitha is not there, there is definitely a very big vacuum, and we are going to fill that. BJP is going to do that, and we are going to see with Mr. Annamalai, our state president here, a young, dynamic president who we have got. So definitely, BJP is in the making. We are going to form government in 2026. That is what we have been saying. So definitely we have grown. We are growing, and see, it's politics. We will see. But no other party has got the guts to say we will form government in Tamil Nadu. No other party except DMK, ADMK, and now BJP to say that yes, we will have our own government.
Okay.
BJP will say that.
Okay. Gowda sir. So we are actually discussing two topics. One was the media and one was the politics.
Rajiv can comment on media also.
No, but I want to say this. Is what John's saying about what's the state of the media today, is it a very BJP specific or this BJP government specific thing, or is it any government which is like comfortably in power does this? Like the people remember Indira Gandhi's time. It's not like the press was free. There were defamation bills during Rajiv Gandhi. They were proposed. Anti-press bill, it was caught. I mean, all kind of things have happened. Emergencies have happened. Media has been tightly controlled. There was not, like, there's only Doordarshan at one point. So is it firstly, this lack of free media, is it ever been there when there's, to any party? And secondly, sir is saying 2026 Tamil Nadu, but in Karnataka, you did manage to, like, do well in elections. What was the secret sauce there? So sir can learn and bring it here.
Okay, in terms of the media, we in the Congress, we had imposed censorship during the emergency. Now, what the media is suffering through right now is much worse. What you have is the BJP misusing a variety of agencies, the Enforcement Directorate and others, misusing laws, the money laundering law, a variety of these laws, the anti-terrorism laws, UAPA, etc., and going after the media and really crushing them and forcing them to toe the line. In addition, any of the anchors who had a field time criticizing the UPA during the 10 years we were in office have been sidelined and pushed out because their owners, the channel owners, have been pressurized over time. These are not things that I can give you specific evidence with references and research like I normally would, but the basic point is that's the reality. And the media now, it's not for no reason that they're called the lapdog media, which is Godi media, which is what we have now. And anchors who used to be seen as challengers of authority now kowtow in horrible ways. Right? So that's one side of it. It's because the ever-present threat, and also for, people have just sold out in a big way. And maybe they were ideologically in that direction. The second question you were asking about BJP coming in Tamil Nadu, well, good luck to them. I don't know what they're smoking, as they say. But nonetheless, the basic point is South India, BJP Mukt South India is what we are experiencing, and this is just the beginning. We've, in Karnataka, we won based on two factors, central factors. One, the enormous corruption of the BJP. It got the label of 40% Sarkar, commission, right? And this is not even something that we coined. The Contractors Association wrote letters to the Prime Minister saying that was what was being demanded.
What actions they have taken in the last 6 months? You please tell me.
Yeah. Then the basic point is, the second aspect of the election victory for us was we said, look, people are hurting. There's a K-shaped recovery after COVID. There are large numbers of people who are suffering, and we need to deal with people who are facing price rise and unemployment and all the other legacies of Modi Sarkar. We said we will provide a social safety net. So we offered 5 guarantees. Some of them aimed at empowering women, and these also helped us attract a positive vote. So this is something that we're going to be continuing across the country, because if you remember the Nyay program that we had offered in 2019, that also was a social safety net. If we are supposed to be the fastest growing economy in the world, we are also simultaneously feeding 83 crore people for free every day. Why? Aren't they all rich? Why do we need to feed them, right? So that's the dichotomy that's present in India, and we need to address that. So the Congress is very much there. We are expecting to win Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh in a spectacular way, because you can't just win with 10 seats extra. You have to win with 35 seats extra like we did in Karnataka. Otherwise, the BJP will initiate Operation Kamala, destabilize democratic outcomes, get governments to fall, all this sort of stuff. That's standard behavior.
Like how you did in Maharashtra.
The great free media never says anything. They say Chanakya Niti. They don't say this is a subversion of democracy and this should not be tolerated for a second.
All right.
Like how they did in Maharashtra.
Okay. John, yeah, sir just said, what do you want? Secret messages now, you see.
Sealed covers. Judiciary.
Pressure is there on anyone.
Hope this is not from the PMO.
Okay. No, it's
There's
not.
nothing wrong.
Okay, no, nothing to worry. Technical issue. All right then. Sir just said BJP Mukt South is happening. That's his thing. I asked this to the previous speaker as well. John, I want to ask you this. And because this is a very natural curiosity question. It's at least, I think the southern people are extremely religious, extremely believe in faith. My own wedding was done South Indian style, and there were so many priests. And then I remember my Punjabi cousins asked, when is the dancing? And they said, what dancing? There's no dancing. It's a very serious, but yet, like, so there is so much influence of religion at every step. There are so many pujas, everything. But the Hindutva doesn't catch on here so well. You've also commented in another conclave, I saw a clip which became viral about, let me put it mildly, you didn't like the Adisirs hanging out in parliament on the inauguration day.
Sannyasis?
Adisi? Is there?
Sengols?
Sengol day. Yeah, you had your own.
Why should there be a Sengol?
Yeah, no, so that also,
No,
and the broader question, why doesn't it catch on here?
Yes.
Like it, and it has caught on in the north.
See, my friend Narayanan Tirupathi's optimism about BJP coming to power in Tamil Nadu in 2026, you said so? I should ask him to, keep up that optimism. Everyone has the right to dream, naturally, and he also has it. See, when you talked about, South being religious. Yes, we are religious. Religion itself is against Hindutva, actually. Being religious doesn't mean that you need to, tread the political ideology of BJP. I would say that if you're true religious, you would be against BJP. That is what is the...
Why is that?
Naturally, we are not against violence. See, what did Vivekananda speak in Chicago? This is a country which imbibed all the cultures. See, he even talked about, now there is a Israel-Hamas conflict that's going on. He even talked about the Israelis being given shelter in South India. That was precisely in Kerala, when that Roman Empire shattered their shrine. We welcomed all the cultures. Think about the rich diversity history of this country. They always talk in terms of 3Ds. I would say the G20 had the tagline like, what was that? Democracy, diversity, development. You know what is in real practice? Destabilize, devastate, disrupt, defame. Wherever there is an opposition government, they want to dislodge the government. If they cannot dislodge the government, they want to disrupt it. If they cannot disrupt the government, you defame it. You come with a movie called Kerala Story and defame Kerala. The most peaceful state in the country is been termed as the hotbed of terrorism. And even the Prime Minister of this country becomes the ambassador of a third-rate movie like Kerala Story, which was essentially made to defame a state. Can you ever envisage such a situation in a country, democratic country?
I have to let Narayanan sir.
No,
are you finished? Then, sir, you respond to this. Let him finish.
He is recording everything diligently. And I will tell you, Chetan.
He's smiling.
See, it's coming to the academic, I would say the vertical. See, South has the history of long tradition of reformist movements everywhere. In Karnataka, in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has golden rational movements against untouchability. Kerala had Sri Narayana Guru, Ayyankali. See, now all those elements of untouchability, all those so-called caste hegemony, all those Brahmanical symbols which we had obliterated from our society, is being brought back. That was precisely my grouse against the Prime Minister's gesture of carrying a Shangol from Tamil Nadu to Parliament with all the sannyasis. And I asked, what is the relevance of sannyasis in Indian Parliament? Have they ever voted in an election? The Prime Minister should have invited the Panchayat presidents of this country, the true representatives of the people, rather than carrying this sannyasis there and prostrating in front of the sannyasis. The Prime Minister is the head of this country, head of this government. He is not supposed to be, prostrating in front of a sannyasi. What was the letter written by the first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, to the first President? This is a country where everyone has got their own religion, multi-religious country. You shouldn't be participating in religious function. See, if Jawaharlal Nehru had written to the first president, now when it came to Narendra Modi, he has become the high priest of all the ceremonies. He lays foundation of temples. See, the idea of India, which I carried from Kerala, has been completely devastated, tweaked now. So the preamble of the constitution, which has got secular, democratic, do they have a relevance now in this context? And I was listening diligently to your session with PTR. He rightfully said so. India is a union of states. What is happening in this country? Already the southern India, I would say that, have become a colony of the northern India. With 18% population, we are contributing 35% of the GDP. And we are being penalized. Earlier, Chetan, you are a voracious reader and a writer. We used to say that you perform and you excel. You know what is the new slogan? You perform and perish. You perform and perish. That is the new slogan of this government of India. And when you talk about the unity and integrity of this country, do you envisage a unity in the form of such a gross discrimination that is happening to a region here? And Kerala is contributing 1 rupee to the national kitty, and you know how much we are getting back? 25 paise. Now, economically, we are dependent. We have been made a colony. Now, with the so-called delimitation that is hanging on us as a Damocles sword, they want to make us a political colony also. So, this is the hapless situation that is now prevalent in this country, and I feel that a conclave like this, which is happening in Chennai, and with your wife being from Tamil Nadu, has to be concerned about, the grouses of the southern states in order to keep the integrity and unity of this great nation. Thank you.
Okay. Narayan sir, I have to let you respond.
Yeah.
Slogan is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and he's saying all this.
He can't talk about, the southern discrimination because he has to be with me only now.
See,
No, let's have him.
I'm really, I'm not surprised, John speaking like this, because the communists are left only in Kerala in India. Absolutely, they are wiped off throughout India because of these kinds of, rhetorics, these kind of speeches against the country. And he is talking about the untouchability.
He said I spoke against.
Sorry,
Did I speak against the country?
Sorry, sir.
Did I speak against the country? Did anybody speak against the
And
country?
you speak about untouchability, you speak about the Brahminical.
Yeah.
See, the
That's my
communists,
view.
you tell me at least one chief minister, you had a Dalit chief minister in the independent India, sir? Tripura, West Bengal, Kerala. Can you name who is Mr. Manik Sarkar? Who is Jyoti Basu? You tell me who is Buddhadev Bhattacharya?
There was a...
No, sir, please, sir.
No, I will tell you.
In
Since you
Politburo,
asked
sir,
me...
in 100 years. Let me finish, sir. I was patiently waiting.
No, I will tell you.
You take your
I
own
will give you a
time.
chance.
They
We
said
may-
that there
Can
was
we
a
add,
tribal
can we add
chief.
5
No, you
minutes
take
to
your
the
own
session?
time. Take your own time.
We'll add 5 minutes to the session, okay?
Take
So
your
we
own
will have
time, no
everybody
issues.
talk. Yeah.
And you name at least in the last 100 years, can you name 5 Politburo members in your communist party? No, you cannot. Why? Untouchability in India came only from communists. It was Bharatiyar, Mahakavi Bharatiyar and Rajaji who fought for untouchability in Tamil Nadu. First, we need to understand this. Bharatiyar in 1907 And Mr. Rajaji 1921, and you are talking about so many rational thinking and forward thinking, all those things. No. You talk about the freedom of press. Where is freedom of press in Kerala? One movie was not allowed to be screened in Kerala because of your communist government. Yes or no? Chandrasekhar? Yes? Your own party man? 51 places he was cut. It is a true story. You never allowed them to, screen it. And in West Bengal, what had happened? How many massacres? True or false? Yes, I can list. We don't have time. He's asking 5 minutes. I need 5 hours to talk about communist atrocities in India. That is what has happened. You are talking about freedom of press. No, I am sorry. Today, anyone can talk. Anyone is able to talk in India. That is because of Mr. Narendra Modi in the last 9 years or 10 years. Development, development, and development. You are talking about Hindutva. It is only development, sir. Development is Hindutva. All are Hindus, that is what we say. Hindu is not a religion, that is what we say. And you talk about Sanatana Dharma, that is the Hindu religion. And communist is blinking. You don't talk about that. You have not condemned Udayanidhi Stalin, your partner in Tamil Nadu. You are in Coimbatore, you are going with the Congress, and within 5 kilometers you are against the Congress. You are only fooling the Indians. What is happening in West Bengal? You are fighting Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal, joining with Congress. You are fighting Congress in Kerala. Yes or no? Where is policy? The only problem is you have to be against our Prime Minister Narendra Modi because he is your threat. You are not able to come to power. Can I see a person, day before yesterday, one Mr. Rahul Gandhi is asking, he was talking about, the media is being sold out. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is asking the reporters, how many of you belong to SC? How many of you belong to OBC? Is this the way? Mr. Rajiv Gandhi said in the parliament that the Mandal Commission, the country will be divided. If you implement Mandal Commission, the country will be divided by caste. That is what Mr. Rahul Gandhi is trying to do now. What is that Congress doing now? India, in agriculture, in education, in health, in industries, everything we are all seeing. It is not that Mr. Prime Minister from PMO is asking editors to write this. Even, magazines from America, everybody they are writing. We all know that. It is development. You don't want development? All corrupt people are joining together. We saw that, religion has been democratized here. That's what Mr. PTR told. In fact, he was referring to PTR. What has happened in all these days? All this religion has been made corrupt. That is what they have been. That is why we are saying get out of temples. Government should get out of temples. That's what we are saying. So we have policies. We have gone to the public. We have gone to the poor. We have gone to the middle income group. We have developed infrastructure. In the last 9 years, it has improved. Not like 70 years. We have definitely improved. Yes or no? Yes. We have done it. Digitalization, we have done it. Education, we have done it. And I am really surprised how communists, they are talking. You talk in Kerala something, you talk in West Bengal something, and you tell me how many, both Congress and communists doesn't have any face in South. They are commenting on BJP. How is it possible, sir? Before 3 months, where was Congress in South India? Telangana Congress was there? No. In Andhra Congress was there? No. Karnataka Congress was not there? No. In Tamil Nadu, Congress was not there. In Pondicherry, BJP government is there. And you are saying that BJP Mukta South India. How is it? You are not at all there. Where is communist? You tell me. You ask Congress, they will say communists will not be there in Kerala next month. And you people are talking about BJP Mukta South India. What is this?
Shall I ask him? Gowda sir.
About Congress in South India?
He said, what is this?
I should ask him to just pay attention to the details. Congress was running the previous government of Pondicherry. Before the communists, we were running the government of Kerala. In Telangana, we came second last time, and we expect to win this time. We run Karnataka. So we don't have, we have about 9 Lok Sabha MPs from Tamil Nadu, thanks to our partnership with the DMK. Andhra Pradesh, we are, what used to be the Congress, has gone substantially with the YSRCP, but we still are alive, but we are not dominant like we once were. So I think the facts are quite different from what Mr. Narayan says. Anyway, he talked about, we are doing this, we are delivering this, development, etc. What have they given us? They gave us demonetization, which was, the economic geniuses of the BJP, hands off, hats off, salute them. They gave us demonetization, right? Remember what that did to us. It devastated the agricultural economy, devastated the non-formal economy, and they have not recovered from it. That's one. What have they given us? They've given us the tragedy of Manipur. Have you heard of Manipur, sir? It's a state in Northeast India. Huh? Okay. They have given away our land to the Chinese. We are not able to control and patrol certain points. And our Prime Minister assures us, koi nahi ghus gaya, whatever the language he used, right? So what is the problem? Acknowledge that we have a problem there and find a way to solve it. 18 meetings at high level between the militaries, and we are still not getting an inch back from what, how many of our soldiers sacrifice their lives out there? Instead, they use words like anti-India so freely. This is the tragedy of modern India, that this word, this phrase has ever entered the lexicon of democratic India. We should be free to criticize the government. The moment you criticize the Prime Minister, it becomes anti-national. That wasn't the case during our time. You had a free run criticizing Dr. Manmohan Singh, one of the best Prime Ministers we ever had, and who delivered such extraordinary growth. And what do these guys do? If we want to give you the statistics, they've been hiding the statistics. They've been killing the data. They've stopped collecting any data that can prove inconvenient to them. So we are now, working with smoke and mirrors when you're trying to make policy. And then they give a huge tax cut to corporate India and to all their cronies. And does corporate India invest? Have you seen an uptake in private sector investment? One of the key dimensions of what grows GDP? Absolutely not. So why are your friends, the world of people in corporate India, not having faith in the current economy that they would invest? What's holding them back? These sorts of situations. So it's very, very sad. What you're seeing is just a relentless marketing machine, a relentless distraction machine. This is what happened during COVID. The first, an unplanned lockdown, which devastated the economy. And when we saw those lakhs of people marching back because the government is refusing to give them transportation to get home, people dying on the way, the government issues a report in Parliament saying we have no data on migrants and their deaths, right? We have the few journalists who reported this, but the rest of us, we were distracted with Sushant Singh Rajput's death. That's what happened, okay? So it's government aimed at distracting you, keeping you away from the realities of India, and you've given them 10 years. Enough time for a change.
Well, I guess it's up to the people who will decide. I must say, I had a very lucky, all three fantastic speakers. Big hand to them. That's all we have time for. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just